fastest intro in world history. I'm going to show you guys all of the amazing accessories we saw this year at the 2024 ICast show. Buckle up, it's going to be a ton of fun. Let's freaking go.
Yeah, we're at the end of our ICast day, so things are getting a little squirrely, but we had to stop at Rugged Road because we knew if we needed a chill beer, a frozen beer, an almost deathly cold beverage, this was the place to come. So here we are, and we want to showcase a cooler that I think you guys there's a lot to be excited about here. So walk me through it. Take me through the paces.
No doubt. So we came up with the new process of making a cooler. So everyone's kind of done the same thing for a long time, right? So they did the rotation molded. But what we did is we came up with a patented process and a patented spray. And what that process allows us to do is make an ultra lightweight cooler, super lightweight, and also floats upright, fully loaded.
Upright. Not just floats.
Upright. So put all your beer, all your snacks, all your ice in there, chuck it in the lake.
We did that.
Fun.
Oh, it's almost to the limit. Almost to the limit.
Oh! Ocean, they did do it, and you don't even have to get out of the water to get back in your boat to grab your drink.
I love that.
So what's even cooler though too?
Oh, is it even cooler?
Get it. So you open this bad thing up, look under the hood, and we got a matching tumbler, snack rack. We got a divider in there, so if you need to separate out your sandwiches, your drinks. If you want, you get the White Claws for the misses, and then the Bush Lattes for the
I do love a latte. I gotta be honest.
I mean,
I'll tell you right now though, a couple things. We talk about like Yeti coolers. That's sort of like the stock standard for an expensive cooler.
Right.
Let's talk about weight. A Yeti cooler, super heavy. Heavy duty, sure, but super heavy.
Right.
Tell me about like the divider sliding. That you already have got me out of the Yeti, because one of my biggest gripes, there's only one way to jam it in there. This thing coming out, sliding in and out is money. And then same thing with this, like they have like the metal rack. I'm already more excited about this, so I love that.
So I mean, that's the thing about this cooler. It's all about efficiency and keeping it light.
100%.
You know, so we don't want the metal, bogging it down, keeping it heavier.
If you ever held a Yeti, you do this with a Yeti and you are in strongest man competition. I am not, and this is easy. So I love that. Tell the warranty. Talk to me about the warranty, because people are going to be like, oh, you bought a lighter cooler, it's lighter duty.
Exactly. So everyone thinks just because it's light that it's not going to be durable, but I always tell people it's durable enough to put a lifetime warranty on it, and so we actually have a serial number on each cooler. So if you have any issues, you just reach out to us and we replace the cooler or replace the part.
That is sick. So lasting a lifetime is guaranteed. And check out some of the stuff on the sides here. So what you guys have come to expect from heavy duty coolers, right? Heavy duty components, not gonna break, easy to replace. We love that. Same thing with the latch here. You can't see it on camera. This might be the heaviest duty piece of the whole freaking thing. It is nuts. So you're getting all the features you want, but show me the lid.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the mullet, did we?
We did not.
The mullet. So I call it the mullet because you have your business in the front, right? You have your inch marker right here, party in the back. But look, all you have to do, snap it off the hinges, flip it over.
We're having a dinner. We got a 4-beverage, 1 main course dinner.
That's right. Totally reversible.
It's nuts. Now, we do have a bunch of different sizes, so walk me through the offering, because I think we got a lot of sizes to look at.
Well, let's talk about the sizes first. So, company's based out of Georgia. We like to have a cold beverage every now and then.
Facts.
And we like to go to the lake, and quarts and beer conversion was too hard for us, so we actually just came up with a cooler that measures it in cans. So we have a 45 can, a 65 can, 85 can, and then we got a 25 and 115 coming out.
I don't need to know anything else. Yeah. I think I'm educated.
Yeah, 115.
Wouldn't be the first time. All right. Anything else on the cooler you want to walk through?
Super durable, floats upright, ultra lightweight. I mean, what more do you need, right?
Well, there is one thing that I need. What if I was curious and I was in a situation where I wanted to have my ice lasting as long as possible? I was like, how long will this ice last me? Because we got the calculators, but I need to know based on my situation, like how long is my ice actually going to last? Like, what would I do?
That's right. Well, I tell everyone, it's conditional, right? But the best thing you could do is just go right to your ice estimator and just take the guesswork out of it. So what we have here is a drain plug replacement. Goes right in the side, right here. Goes right into your drain plug, and it Bluetooths to your phone. It tells you the internal temperature of the cooler, the outside air temperature and gives you an estimation of how much longer till your ice is out.
Bro, it's the ice-timator.
What's our saying?
Yeah, if you're peaking, you're leaking.
That's right.
Meaning, if I have to,
How much ice you got?
if I go, oh, well, you know, I don't know, all the heat, it's all going out. We're leaking all the, no. Just check the app, bro. Dude, that is sick. Okay, look, I absolutely love this. We got a bunch of different sizes like we talked about. You could estimate the number of cans. I gotta admit, when you talk about Yeti alternatives, and one of the biggest problems with Yeti, who?
What's a Yeti?
Never heard of her. And like literally, it's like the heaviest thing that I bring in my truck next to my own body. And so you fix that problem and you're bringing a bunch of solutions for other stuff. I love it. We're having fun with it, but it is a really cool product, genuinely. Love what you guys are doing. Congratulations on a cool product. And thanks for having some fun. And
Absolutely.
I'll take another Modelo.
So now we got Hans with Under Armour here, and Hans is a product developer with their shoes, so he knows a thing or two about feet and things that keep feet from being super wet and gross. So we're going to be looking at some shoes right now. Hans, what do we got here?
All right, so new coming at you. This is the Charge Shoreman Deck Boot. This is a boot that's no boot's ever been made like this before. It's actually made in an athletic footwear factory, not your typical rubber boot factory. So it fits and feels like an athletic shoe, right? It's going to come in half sizes. It's the lightest weight in the industry, right? You've got great underfoot comfort. And internally, what you can't see, and it's tough to show on camera,
It really is.
we've got these heel pods. So in a slip-on or a dead fit boot, it locks your heel in. It's not sliding around all day. You're fitted just like an athletic shoe. And something we learned, if you look at the bottom, in our training footwear, we use what's called tri-base. Now, tri-base is maximum ground contact for stability. Turns out it works extremely well for slip resistance as well. So awesome technology from the athletic space, bring it into this world for the best fitting, lightest weight, best in class. It's awesome.
Yeah, so if you love deck boots, this might be a great option for you. We don't wear them too often, but we've always wanted to try them, so it would be really cool just to take these out for a spin on the kayak or bank fishing sometime.
Retail on that guy is $115 for the solid. We've also got it in our Stormy Waters camo for $125. Those are available now. Go to UA.com, search for Shoreman Deck Boot.
Do it. All right, next. What do we got?
The sleeper, though.
Yeah. So it's funny, we came over here for the deck boot, and then we got more excited about this water shoe that they also have, so let's check this out.
Sure, so we got the Charged Kilchus. So this is our fastest drying, best draining. It's designed to get wet and dry out. It's got so much airflow coming through there through these big ports in the midsole,
Yep.
as well as there's perforations in the footbed, and then the entire upper is hydrophobic and really breathable. So just air to dry out, let the water escape, get it wet, bring it back up, it's gonna dry out and feel comfortable. Underfoot, great slip resistant traction. And then we've got a unique heel here. Everything about it's designed to be also comfortable barefoot. So you've got this soft feel, really good comfort around the ankle, but great fit coming from those bungees that kind of lock in your heel. But if need be, you just need to kick them on to get over some like hot pavement. You can just kick that heel down and slide your foot right in. Awesome fitting stuff.
That's money. Four-wheel drive.
2x4? 4x4.
4x4, four-wheel drive mode. I love that. Got to be quick drying. Love having water shoes. Option like this. I run a Native Titan X. The pedals have the little metal like spikes on it, like a mountain bike.
Oh yeah.
So super. You can't go barefoot. Having an option like this would be great. And we were talking earlier with you about slipping on the boat launch. The worst thing ever, especially if you drop your kayak, like I've done. So you got to have the grip. That is neat. And how much are these?
These are $90. These will be available in January, so spring 2025.
Croc upgrade. Let's go. So we got Sean here. Sean, what do we got going on?
Cool, yeah. So we're really excited this season. We are at ICast 2024 launching our brand new fabric. So it's going to be our Fish Elite and our Stratus fabric. So when we designed this, we wanted to focus on a couple things. Lightest weight, fastest drying, most breathable fabric. So at 85 grams compared to the industry that usually sits around 120, 140. It's the lightest weight shirt that we have in our fish line. Fastest drying, like I mentioned, so super important on hot days on the water. So we're really stoked about this. I mean, you can feel it, real soft hand feel.
This
Got-
is a tissue paper.
And stretchy.
Yeah,
There's a little stretch to it.
Yep.
Super light. It feels like nothing.
Little side pocket here, so we'll have this. We'll
There's
have
a
this.
secret pocket?
We'll have this in a crew neck, and then a hoodie. Cool thing about the hoodie.
Not
is
cool people. Cool people.
All right,
Got it.
We've got a nice little scuba neck on here, but when you throw
yeah.
that up, the way the hood's designed, you'll still kind of have that peripheral vision. So when you're running on the
Yeah.
boat, you'll still be able to see what's around you.
This is a sleeper. This
I-
is a sleeper, though.
I like that because you get some where it goes all the way up your face and then you can't see anything, or you get the ones where it strangles you slowly.
And then look at some of these fire prints we've got.
Those are awesome.
35 out of 10.
Look at that.
34.5 out of 10.
Yeah, so we're super excited about this.
Why aren't those in front? Get this blue
I
out.
know, right? And then moving over this way, so we've got our coolest story, right? So this is our ISO chill fabric, so cool to the touch.
I needed that yesterday. It was real hot.
Where were you?
Yeah, right?
Where was this?
So again, full line of prints,
Yep.
you know, ranging from the super loud prints, freedom prints over here. We've got solids, we've got hoodies, crews. So we're pumped about these. And then what I'm wearing today, you know, I'm in my dad era, so I've got my.
We're in our dad.
We are the dad era.
We're gonna need 3 of these today.
So I've got my hybrid woven on right now, and that's what you see here. Again, full line of prints here. And then we've got our solids, so all UPF 50.
You get the wedding, and then you get the after party.
And then you got the mesh in the back, right? So you got your
Yep.
ventilation story
Oh,
there.
nice.
Yeah.
I like
So
that a
that's what we
lot.
got.
Well, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing
Thanks
us
for
cool
the time.
stuff. All right, we're with our boy Jose here at the Cast King booth, and we're going to be looking at a bunch of the new Cast King accessories, and they've got a lot of stuff that solves a lot of problems. So we wanted to make sure we featured some of this stuff. What do we got, my man?
All right, so the biggest thing that I wanted to show a lot of people is the bait capsule. All right, being a kayak guy myself, when you got your crate, we hate having this. This drives us insane.
It's the worst.
Everyone besides kayak people, they love it, right? But you're putting any type of rod holder, you're gonna have a problem. So why not make the bait capsule? So all your treble hooks are everything gonna be inside of here. You don't have to nick it up, because even if you hook it up with here, or you hook it up with your, I see people do it on their guides. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're gonna scratch that up.
Yep.
It's gonna tear up your guides.
It's ruined.
It's
Yeah.
completely ruined. So now we have something that it's ventilated. It's even got an air. It's got channels built so the the water can go out. It won't rust up, and you can hook it onto wherever you want. It's even got a little section in there for the line, so it won't crimp your line up. But it's just simple problem solving.
So you can see over here, it's a 2-pack, and then you also got the large capsule for your bigger baits. Now, are you going to make a Mondo Super Jumbo? Because some guys' swim baits are bigger than that one.
Yes, we are actually making a Magnum version.
Magnum!
But yeah,
It's so beautiful.
but even guys with their whopper ploppers that like to catch mermaids and tuna,
Yep.
you know, you can use those for sure. But yeah, we're just problem solving. A lot of us deal with traveling inside. It gets hung up in my truck all the time.
Yeah.
Guys with rod lockers, they're having that issue where it's just ripping everything out. Your rod coffins on top of your. It's just we're solving these problems, and it's one of those. Why didn't I think of that?
I love it because I load 9 rods into the front seat of my car so I can go on trips, and trebles are everywhere. And then they just catch all the rods when I try and unload my truck.
Yeah, exactly. I do the same thing.
It is a mystery. It's like a bolo whip. How is every single lure a bolo whip for all the rods in your freaking truck?
How do all the rod tips tangle up? I'm like, what are you doing?
And then when you get one part of the treble hook out, the other treble hook gets hooked in the seat, and then you're just
And your finger.
ripping your seat out, getting mad with pliers. It's fun time. Speaking of pliers, so we have a bunch of different pliers now in these different split ring sets, the ultimate angler sets. We even have mini stuff. Hey, your buddy that always says, I don't have room for a scale, you don't have that excuse now.
It was a 10-pounder. I didn't have room for my scale.
At least a 10, but I didn't have a scale on me. So not going to happen now.
No excuses.
Even those right there that you're holding, the multi-purpose line cutters, those are only $10. There's
$10.
And those are tungsten bicarbonate cutters. Turn it around.
There we go. Look at that.
It's an anodized aluminum. It's
Wow.
amazing. Absolutely
nice
amazing.
and
Yeah.
light. It does have the hook eye cleaner there. You can clear up your jigs. That's pretty sweet.
Yes. Anyone that has really used our braid scissors, I've never heard one negative thing about our braid scissors. Everyone is saying like it works well. It's awesome. I keep a pair in my truck at all times because you never know, but it works well. It comes with the different holsters, and it comes with. So even on this strap.
What?
Right? So kayak guys again, or float tube guys, you want to keep it right there on your leg. It's quick, easy, out of the way, but it's attached to you.
Nuts.
That's awesome.
Nuts.
Even if it also fits on your arm too. So if you're wading, river wading, You can keep it right there out of the water.
Armed and ready.
Armed and ready.
Don't worry, I'll be here for slogans all week.
Oh, the stainless steel pliers. I mean, this is part of our new Ultimate Angler series. Look at the grips on them. It's absolutely amazing. Tungsten bicarbonate locking. They come in a split ring and the straight tail.
Heavy duty.
Wow.
Heavy duty, built correctly. At the same time, it's still going to be affordable.
Well, that 10-year warranty on these too, I'm noticing that on all the Ultimate
Angler stuff. Yeah, we are running a 10-year warranty. We're
Really
building the
cool.
stuff out of amazing things. So this is what I show too, right? Oh, it's just a regular fillet knife. But when you see the sheath, that's where it's at. So the sheath actually opens up. It opens up for easy cleaning. And it's also got this little hole right there. So that is where it has a little bit of an exposed blade. So if you need to quickly cut some line, rope, something, you're tangled up in something, it'll cut right there without having to take the whole thing out. Built-in carabiner, built-in sharpener. It even has a suction cup, so if you're putting it on the side of your boat.
Yes.
We're thinking of it all. We're doing everything with a 10-year warranty.
Yeah.
High-grade stainless steel, so.
The all-in-one, I love that. Also, getting all of the fish guts out of the holster there, kind of a smart idea. I don't know, does it add extra seasoning, Paul, to have the extra fish guts in there?
10 out of 10 does not, just adds extra E. coli.
Okay, so don't do that. Fine.
So what about the guy that wants to have multiple blades and wants to keep it in one case? Removable blade. Well, look at the length of it.
The insert.
The insert.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to have any issues with stability on that. Once
No.
it's in, it's locked.
Well,
You're good.
We've seen ones with companies where it's kind of up here,
Little
so
flimsy.
it's gonna break. It's
Yeah.
right there,
Yeah.
and you can also accidentally hit it. So it comes with a 7-inch flex, serrated fillet, your 9-inch flex, and what's the one that I had in here? The finesse flex. So the finesse is just a smaller. It's not a BFS finesse type.
Oh, man.
But that would be the one I'd use. That's my walleye, that's my pike, and if you got to get down to some crappie, that's what I'd be doing.
Oh, yeah, these pliers.
I actually have a bunch of these. You can walk me through
So-
the line, boss, but this is actually kind of clutch.
These are smart.
Yeah, this is another one of those. Why didn't I think about that? But it's literally just a band that you could tighten for different diameters. Has a little stainless steel hole on it right there where the line will go through, and so it'll keep your line tight. It won't let it just. Oh!
That's two times. Two times Paul has broken something today.
I just
There
want
you
to show you guys real quick. So you basically just put one of these around a spool that you're using, and you just pull. Check that out. And there's enough tension there. You can actually spool your rods. You can get everything set up, and then you just leave it like that for the next time you come back. I have like a dozen of these. I use them all the time.
So I have two of these V10 rod holders as well. I love these things. So easy to store everything without your reels knocking into each other. Like if you have a linear one, this is way better. And this rod back here, you can actually have a couple of these spools with these on there. And then there's another one right here. So you can have all the line you own. And yeah, it's really cool at the bottom here. You can stagger these. You can adjust the height of this too. Sometimes like you get these rod storage systems, your like line guides, your eyes here will be like right where you need to store it, so you can just shift it to the lower option
Or
and
the
you're good.
reels aren't bumping together.
And it keeps the reels alternating, which is neat. Yeah, point is, there's a lot of really cool accessories. Cast King is solving some problems. We like it. You guys should definitely check them out. And pricing-wise, pretty gosh dang affordable. So there you go.
We're fueled by innovation around here, so that's it.
Love it. And we'll be back to see more from these guys with our reels and our rod videos, so stay tuned for those too. Bye. Hey, you guys want to be mad at something because you love to? Chirp in the comments. Check this out. What is this that I'm looking at here?
This is forward-facing sonar hammer braid from Cast King. Yes, you heard us correct. Line that is made for forward-facing sonar. Oh, I hate forward-facing sonar, and don't use it. But you're thinking, what is line going to do for forward-facing sonar? So this is actually infused with bismuth. Bismuth is a metal that allows this line to be neutral density. So it's 55% heavier in the water. It doesn't sink. It doesn't float. It's right in the middle. So it's going to allow your bait, whether it's a hover strolling rig, whether it's your sonar minnow, whether it's your Demiki rig, or any other type of your finesse rigs, it's going to stay in the strike zone a lot longer. It's not going to drop. It's not going to lift up. You're not going to have to do anything weird. So, but even on the BFS or the finesse side, this is going to help you keep that hover strolling rig within the water column that you're trying to focus on. So it infused with bismuth, No one else is doing anything like this. Long casting, finesse diameter. So it only goes up to 25 pounds. We don't have anything because we're focusing on our finesse techniques and our forward-facing sonar techniques.
So get mad, stay mad. All right, next. We're at the Newport booth. We heard about this motor yesterday, and now we're actually seeing it. This thing is insane. So we got Ramel here. Talk to us about the NT600.
All right, so this is basically the next step from our 300. So this is our NT600. It's a 3,000 watt motor. It's a 6 horse equivalent. Go bigger. That's where it is here. That's what we're doing. So
52 pounds?
So yeah, I mean, just pretty much 3,000 watts, 6 horse, 51 pounds. It's got a LED screen that we updated. It's got GPS built in.
GPS built in?
It's got GPS. It'll tell you mile per hour.
Wow.
It's got a couple of different adjustment functions, like functionality-wise. So we have a locking tiller up center. And you can also, if you want it to be free, you rotate that and it's free. It doesn't lock. And then it also has an offset. So you can offset it.
That's money.
Instead of being in the center. So it'll do offset left, offset right.
Nice.
Right? It locks into place. So just, a lot of what we're finding out with the tillers is trying to find a comfortable position.
Mm-hmm.
And so all these adjustments and all these functions that we put into it is to try to help with that. You need to be in a comfortable and fixed space, especially if you're putting this on a small boat. The torque that this thing generates is just amazing.
120 mile range, 10 miles per hour. What are we retailing? When is this dropping?
Okay, so retail price we're still working on, so that'll TBD right now, but this will drop.
Not free.
We're looking at
I thought you were going to say it is free.
Yeah.
Actually, free.
We're probably Q1, possibly Q2 next year, 2025. So we're working real hard to get it out quick. So
sometime maybe by July next year would be super neat.
All right, so we got our NT300. This has been out for about a year and a half now, just about. So this is our 1,300 watt, 3 horsepower equivalent, runs on 36 volts.
I used it yesterday on your raft that we'll look at in a second.
Yep.
It absolutely rips. It's insane.
Rip it.
And it's ripping. You're so aggressive with your tiller.
Okay. How many times a year do you get to rip the tiller?
Me? Yesterday was the only time I did it.
And that's why you rip it.
When you have a tiller, you rip it. All right. Other side.
Going to the other side.
So now we got the options that we are very familiar with. So we have the 180. We're looking at how, at some point we're going to get hooked up with the 300. So we'll have both of these, but we've used these.
Right.
Talk to us about these.
Okay, so we got our NK300, and the NK300 has been out for about the same time as we released that with the NT300. So it's 1,300 watts, 3 horsepower equivalent, just like the NT, but kayak form. It's got your remote controller.
A couple of things I want to call out here. One, this is very easy to see, even in bright sunlight. It's amazing. They also have a new mounting plate for mounting this on your kayak that is flush. Huge upgrade, love that. And there's a really big range here. So I can usually get this down to about 3%. If I'm being careful, and then you can get all the way up to 100%. Also, that locks you into the middle. This goes full reverse at 100%, and then you can do the same thing in the beginning. So it's really easy to get down to the exact power range that you want. There's a little bit of a lag, especially when you go from 100 to 0, which I find really nice. It means that you don't get this jolting stop like if you're running a jet ski. There's a lot of really thoughtful features in here. One of them, you can't quite see it right here, but the way that this hooks into your kayak allows you to actually take the whole motor off for loading and unloading very easily. One plug, it's just one plug and you're completely free. I absolutely love this. This is your steering tree. This thing is a pleasure to run. This is the 300. We've been running the 180. The 180 will shock you with how much power on a sub 200 pound kayak. You'd be shocked at how much power you can get out of this one. And
14-pound total weight is pretty absurd for what you get.
With the bracket and everything else, this is heavy duty, really quality bracket. We've had this for about a month. Running it hard, I have yet to drain the battery, not even close. Full day of fishing, 18% reduction in total power. That's wild.
So real quick, retail on the NK300, NK180.
NK300 is
I put them on the spot.
moving out $11.99.
$11.99, and then the 180.
180 Pro is $9.99.
$9.99, and then you got to buy your battery too. All in, still under like 2K.
Still under
right
2K,
with the 300 even, which is
depending on
crazy.
which way you go.
And then behind us here, we got batteries. So these are the new ones, right? So the low pro is pretty insane. Here's the batteries that we've used. You have the 24 volt, Paul, with the 50 amp. Really nice battery, super high quality, Bluetooth enabled. You can check your percentages on there as well as on the console that you actually have, but you can get all your feedback that you want. Newport uses a good app for that too. Sometimes you get those batteries with Bluetooth, the app is trash, it doesn't really help you or it won't connect or whatever. These are really nice. And there's a giant one, 48 volt. Well, you need that for the 600. It's a 48 volt. Yeah. So talk to us about the low pro, because I didn't know this was dropping.
Yeah.
You guys threw a secret at us, but we saw it on the water yesterday, used it on a couple different boats. Really cool looking design. What can you tell us about these?
Low Pro battery was designed for kayaks and small boats. Different form factor, same lithium iron phosphate technology, same lightweight, made and built for kayaks. Fits underneath the seats, fits underneath black packs, fits inside black packs flat, so you can still use space. It's got
That's awesome.
IP67 rated with the connection terminal, so no open terminals. So we use Amphenol Surlock connections, which are fully sealed once the connection is on there. So you don't have to worry about your terminals getting wet, corroded, so on and so forth. Or if it's in a black pack or a box, don't have to worry about dropping stuff in there, possibly shorting anything out. It's already covered and locked in.
I would just put my black pack on top of this,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, it just props it up a little bit.
Now, this is plastic for here, but I believe these are going to be hard rubber.
So these will be TPR, so they'll be
Nice.
rubber. We have drop tested these, 3-foot drop test. Vertically.
Chucking batteries. We were throwing coolers yesterday. We're gonna throw batteries.
There it is. That's under 3 feet right there. So that's
Go
right.
to work.
Yeah.
You got your suitcase.
Well, bam, I'm fine.
You know what else is neat about these? Like, one of the biggest pain in the butts is if you don't leave your battery plugged into your boat when you're driving to the spot, right? Because you're not supposed to do that, but you can. I usually do. I'm not great at this. But you can stow this in your truck out of the way versus a big bulky battery. It's kind of tough to like store everything around it. I slide this under my truck seat. It's not in the way. I like that. Personal favorite feature.
The other thing that I think people forget about is when you get the motor, you're like, oh yes, I'm so excited, I can't wait to do this. And then you realize you have to find a way to wire a battery so far away from the motor because you have to get the weight distribution right in your kayak for it to come on plane or trim or do any of the things that you want to do with that battery. With this battery option, it's so much easier to fit this on the exterior of the boat rather than the interior of the boat. And if you don't have a place for the interior, you're SOL. You got to get a different kayak and you're in trouble. This is a huge upgrade and just an opportunity to get a larger battery because they come in the same battery configurations as all their other batteries. These ones come in. So you have the opportunity to just make this so much easier. Also, with kayak anglers, it can be really hard to charge your battery because you have to take the whole battery out of the inside of the hull. This is so much cleaner and easier for charging and storage and just having it be part of your life without really changing the way that you got your kayak design. So there's some sleeper stuff that you just don't think about when you're dealing with a battery.
And normally you got to unscrew the towers. So you like take it out of your hull of your boat, you unscrew both of these, take it out, screw it back onto your charging system, and then unscrew it again. It's a pain in the butt. Plug, unplug. Plug, unplug. Also, there's a 100 amp one up here. Do you see that?
So it comes in the same configurations, right?
Same size, so we're basically have a 12 volt 100 amp hour, a 24 volt 50 amp hour, and a 36 volt 50 amp hour.
And 22 pounds for a 100 amp hour, for what you're getting out of this, like that's pretty standard 100 amp weight. Most 100 amp batteries are 20 plus pounds. So that is really nice to see that you're not like, going super heavy, but even your 36 volt here at 31 pounds, not bad. And considering like, again, the space saving design to this, I really like that. Probably like things I'm most excited about from Newport right now, the friggin' battery, you guys. It's exciting. So real quick, you guys, wanted to make sure we called out the retail price point on these low pros is going to be a lot better than you could imagine. Basically, the highest price point for these is $9.99. On the lower end, they go down to $5.99. So extremely affordable, compact. Again, like I said, thing I'm most excited about from Newport. Next to this really cool raft, but really liking the batteries a lot.
You guys have been asking us about Spro accessories for a long time, mostly about the boxes. So check this out here. This is good for terminal. This is good for all terminal, right? Hooks, line, or hooks, weights, whatever you need it to be for, right? So you've got all these little mini compartments, and these do come out. So you can have big open compartments, should you so choose. The nice thing about this, you'll notice the gasket around here. Once you lock that down, that thing is waterproof. This is the largest size that they have here. They go all the way down to your fly fishing size here. I've used these before. They are heavy duty and they float, which is super cool. Now, if you load it down with all metal, I don't know what the weight rating is, but they do float when they're on their own. Another thing that we thought was really cool are these Serpas. So these are basically small, woven, heavy-duty cases for larger and medium and small size swim baits. You've seen us put swim baits in a Buzzbee before. This is a really unique way to store baits. It's not for storing them on your rod, it's after the fact. So if you have a bag like this one and you want to keep your baits safe while you're on the water, this is a great way to keep them organized without having to use any kind of hook protection. I really think that's really cool. Another thing I wanted to showcase, a ton of tools. This is one of my favorites. One of the easiest, simplest ways to consistently cut line at a low price, and then you can just hang it from a retractor off your PFD. These are ceramic. The tolerances are really tight, so these are going to cut really, really well. This is the cheapest, easiest way to go. Pretty cool from Spro. They've got a whole lineup here. They've got bags, they've got coolers, they've got tons of line, but really wanted to show you showcase some of the accessories you guys have been asking about. All right, y'all, we're here at the Torqeedo booth. Now, you guys have known Torqeedo for a long time. They're sort of like in the US market, they're the first ones here to really mobilize your kayak and get you an onboard battery, make you fast, make you efficient on the water. They got a new release that came out 6 months ago.
Roughly, yeah.
Roughly.
Yep.
So we got a new model. So we got Trey here to kind of walk us through kind of what makes this model unique, makes it kind of an upgrade from some of the other ones. So give us a rundown on sort of the newest Torqeedo motor that we're looking at.
So this motor is kind of the predecessor to the Torqeedo 1103. With the Torqeedo 1103, it was a 29.4 volt system. It is now the new motor, which is called the Travel Ultralight. It's a 48 volt system. So it's a little bit more efficient. And it comes with new and better features and actually some better hardware. The little things that Torqeedo paid attention to on this motor are what really makes it such a better fit.
And then what kind of horsepower are we talking about? Like just so that we talk about equivalency, so the novice kind of understands what we're looking at.
3 horsepower, just like the 1103. It's a 3 horsepower equivalent, but it's
big
a little more efficient than the 1103.
Sweet.
So the throttle, as you can see right here, it's a new throttle. It works on the Namiya 2000 system. And it has more readouts than the original throttle. The first thing you'll notice is it's backlit.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
Which is awesome for those low light conditions in the morning or the evening where we used to have to hold a flashlight to it to see what we were doing. So, but you've got your battery percentage, your miles per hour, which comes from the GPS that's in the battery, just like the 1103 was. Your watt draw, which is a standard from what the 1103 was. Well, now you have RPMs, which is another good thing for anglers who are like running down a bank and they know they want to say you go at 100 RPMs because that's how fast you can chuck a spinnerbait or a chatterbait down the bank and retrieve it.
I love that.
So then your battery gauge here in the middle, and then it tells you, just like the old one, how many miles you have on the range of the battery. Well, now it has minutes as well.
That's
so it'll
sick.
tell you how many minutes before your battery runs dead.
If you're a tournament angler and you got like 7 minutes left, I got 7.8 minutes of battery left.
And then it also has different modes, so you can scroll through different screens. There's 3 different screens, so you can set it up how you want. Kind of like a new car is. You can set up your dashboard however you want.
Dude, that is way.
If you got a test.
Dude, and I love this handle though. I feel like Jean-Luc Picard's like, we're going full speed, baby, let it rip.
Yeah, and you can. It's the old one. Sometimes it would hook on something and hit it. You're not
the other one was a half, so it didn't have them on both sides. And this is heavy duty. I mean, the size of this one is nice.
Yep. So, and there's going to be mounting options just like the 1103 was. You have the lock and load base from Yak Attack. This base is our flush throttle mount from Innovative Sportsman. Keeps it low profile.
This is really cool. It's something we saw with Newport too. They had a problem they had to create a solution for. Like you just have the 2 screw holes at the bottom. It doesn't match with really any of the kayak systems that are out there. So coming up with your own that works on the track that has like a different options is really, that's a huge upgrade for people that are doing their first installation of these.
Yep. So then working back, you'll notice the cords are a little bit different than what the 1103 was. You have a more robust motor cable on this one.
Monster,
and then actually, I'll turn the motor off. Why did you disconnect and show you that? Because the connection of this motor is way different. So you got your pigtail coming from your throttle that goes into the main motor cord. They don't both plug into the battery like they used to. And instead of having the plastic threads like the old one, it's a quarter turn and it pops out. So you don't have to worry about cross-threading the plastic threads anymore. It's very simple and it only goes in one way. So you line it up, you push it in, and you got a quarter turn and you'll feel a little pop and then it's in.
I like that it's only one port.
Right.
That's really nice. So most of them are 2, right? It's
Yep.
2 cords, and then either has to hook into the battery at the back or somewhere else.
Right.
I like that.
Yep. So then your charging port's on top. It has a cover so you don't get dirt or anything in there, so it's protected. This specific battery is the travel motor battery. That's why it has these little ears. The Kayak battery will be actually solid here. The difference from this to the 1103 is the 1103 had 1 battery, and it was a 915 watt-hour battery. There's 2 battery options here. You buy the motor and the battery separate now. They don't come as a package deal. But it's the smaller battery of the 2 is actually 1,080 watts, which the old one was 915. But you can get a 1,425 watt-hour battery for this now.
So the lowest one is about 10-15% bigger than the other, more power than the other one, and then the new one's about 50-60% bigger?
Yeah, so you're getting more efficiency out of the motor, plus you get a bigger battery, so that's going to get you a lot more time on the water with a single battery. The pricing, I don't know the exact pricing because they haven't really said it yet, but for the motor and the smaller battery, you're right around $3,000, which is what the 1103 was. Yeah. And then with the bigger battery, it's another $500, so $3,500.
The weight on the battery?
The weight on this battery, this is the 1425. It's about 22 pounds.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure what the 1,080 watt-hour battery is.
Less than that.
Yeah, less than that. All right. So then working back, like I said, we had this more robust cable, and then they've also incorporated this little grommet here, which actually gives more support to where the cable goes into the pylon. With the 1103, they had some issues where this would get worked back and forth so much, like working a piece of metal and it would break, and then they would have a warranty issue. So they've solved that with this, and you can see right here, you got an aluminum steering triangle versus the old plastic one that a lot of people would break. So it's an aluminum triangle hooked to a plastic clamp. It comes with 3 of these clamps, so you can actually get the triangle down lower and your clamp up higher so you can get your motor higher out of the water. The bracket is pretty much identical. The rocker and everything is all the same. Now what they've really done that I like, because I'm an installer myself, is they've got this carabiner up at the top, which is an oval now, and it's really easy to hook up. The old one you used to have it a certain way in order to get it in there. And then everybody uses Harkin pulleys. They would buy them aftermarket, and they're very expensive pulleys. Well, now they have this stainless steel pulley with a brass insert, and it comes with it.
This has got to be so much quieter than the big pulleys. Those
Yes.
big pulleys, they rattle. And then when you use them a whole bunch, even when you got them greased up, they still make sound. And even if it's just bothering me, it's still bothering me.
Right. So it comes in the package with the Torqeedo. That's not something that has to be bought aftermarket like they used to.
So you still have like, you got your locking.
Everything else is the same. Reverse lock, same carabiners. We've never had an issue with these carabiners. We love those things. They're small. They don't get in the way, but they do work. The motor head's different. The profile is a little bit smaller here. The motor head is similar in size, but a different shape. The skeg on this thing, this is the one thing that I always forget about. I'll pick it up here so you can see it. The skeg on this thing is plastic, but it's got like rubber into it. So you're not worried about, and it's replaceable. Wow. So you're not worried about smacking. We've actually taken the motor and smacked it on the ground. It doesn't really scar at all. It doesn't break. You can take this thing, set it on the ground, and step on it and bend it, and it won't break.
I'm going to do it on accident many times.
So then they've changed the pitch of the prop a little too. And another little neat feature is they have an anode on here for using it in salt water. So that saltwater anode helps with electrical current and stuff that saltwater fishermen know more about than I do.
I just heard a bunch of saltwater people going, yay, and me going, yay. I'm sure that's great.
I just know that it helps with saltwater and it has something to do with the electrical current.
Great call. Good call there too. I mean, that's what's in the water. That's what's going to get beat up. So you want it to bend, not break.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
Nice.
Dude, that is freaking wild. And then a lot of people, if you've been around the motor market for a while, the Torqeedo kind of set the standard, right?
Yep.
Not only in quality, but just like the way that you kind of have this thing set up and figuring out what works and what doesn't. So seeing some of those upgrades is pretty wicked. Yep. I also love the battery shape. I love the big handle and all that sort of thing. And then a lot of people complain like, hey, I don't have a big enough motor. I can't put 100 amp hour or whatever on it. There's a lot of things there's a lot to be said about having a motor set up this way. The connectors are just not going to be the same, and they can't really be the same as a regular battery. Otherwise, you got a totally different configuration. Right. You can also run 2 batteries. Yep. If you really need to have a monster, get 2 of the smaller ones.
Right.
You're already spending $1 million to get a giant 100 watt or whatever it is, 100 amp, whatever it is. You can do that too. So, but this is going to be a quality, waterproof battery. It's a huge upgrade. So kudos to Torqeedo. Good work, boys.
Yep.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, we're here at the Wilderness Systems booth at ICast, and then you guys have asked us about this crate so many times, it's not even funny. We haven't gotten it yet. This is the Wilderness Systems crate / cooler. All right, so it's a lot smaller than I actually thought it was. It looks way bigger than this on all the videos I've seen, but what's really cool about this, you get this clear lid, so you can see what's inside, and you get like the top portion, which some of the most advanced crates, the ones that we find have a lot of value, have like a top portion and a bottom portion that are separate. Lures, tools, whatever it is, snacks, I don't know. But yeah, then you get the, dude, these are heavy duty. Already, they're like bent over just to fit right in there perfectly, which I love. Then you go to the main compartment. You can fit inside here 5 3700 size boxes. The nice thing is you can fit these in vertically, which is my favorite way to do it, but you can also fit them in flat like that, which is a huge benefit, and you can still fit some stuff on the side. So lots of room. And then for 3600s, you can go this direction, and you're talking unlimited, right? And then you can put stuff on top of it, you know, in and above that as well. So we love to see that. It's got this thing, as we mentioned, also can operate as a cooler. So this has air inside the sides. You put ice in there. This could double as live well. This could double as snacks and drinks, whatever you needed to do. Latch is on the side, and one of the coolest things, this is their version of being able to get these rod tubes up and then in the direction that you want. So if you want your rods tilted backwards, you can do that quite easily with these right here. And if you need to move them down or up, that's how you're able to move these and get these rod tubes exactly where you need them. You grab your two handles, you come up here, you can go sideways in a lot of kayaks, or what most folks are gonna do is they're gonna go this way, so you have quick access coming up that way. You guys have been asking for it. We finally saw it. I think we kind of got to get one of these because I think the size is extremely appropriate. A lot of cool features. Got to check them out. All right, y'all, we're here at the Hobie Eyewear booth. And why are we here at a sunglasses booth when we're talking about accessories? Well, there's something that we all have to have when we are fishing. We got to have those polarized sunglasses, but there's some unique features that I think are really important. They're important to me, and I think they're really neat. So one thing with fishing, you know, if you don't want to be buying a bunch of pairs of sunglasses for like daily wear that you think look cool on their own when you're not fishing, but also you want to have something that's extremely functional and does what you need it to do when you're on the water, this type of thing can do that for you. So Hobie Eyewear makes, first of all, they are floating. So I've had sunglasses go in the water. These ones actually do float. So if you drop these in, you can see right here, there's a little pocket right here, and they do float, which is honestly, I can't believe like all sunglasses don't float. It's just really weird to me. They got the retractors here. I have been trying to get retractors that detach and are really low profile for so long. See how small these are? And they just pop on and off. You can add them and remove them as needed, which I really like because sometimes I do want that. Also, you'll notice this is a really flat design here. So this is like kind of a classic design for sunglasses. A lot of people like this for daily wear, but not for fishing because it lets so much light in on the side. With what it is, they add a removable shield right here on the side to block all the light coming in from the side. Polarized, make these very functional fishing glasses. But when you want them, you know, going to dinner, whatever, with the fam, pop these off. Still look cool, still a great like driving sunglasses for daily wear. So making something that is functional enough to be a great and designed to be a great sunglasses for when you're fishing, but just make them cool, make them awesome, and like little features that make them unique for just daily wear. I love that.
So if you are visually impaired, like myself, then you might want something that's prescription. I didn't know this. We were asking about it yesterday on the water. I got Dylan here. He's going to talk to me about, what do you call it, the Duo?
The Duo collection.
The Duo collection.
Yep.
So tell me about this collection. What we got going on?
So if you're someone that needs corrective vision and prescription lenses, you get this frame. It's your everyday frame. Feel free to try that on. Let me know what you think.
Ooh, it's pretty light. All right, hold that for a second.
Yep.
Thank you. Pretty
so
light.
it looks
it
good.
Actually fits really.
Regular glasses.
Do I look cool? Do I look cool?
Absolutely. Now, let me see the frame real quick again.
Okay.
Now, if you want to step outside, you simply grab one of these clips. Goes right on.
Oh.
It has a hook back here, magnets on each side.
Oh. Wow.
And you can't even tell that they're clip-ons.
That is fresh. Yeah.
So you understand how expensive prescription sunglasses are.
Insanely expensive.
So you get the frame and the clip for $120, and
what?
And then
that is for my non-prescriptive folks out there who live in the lap of luxury. Prescriptive sunglasses are $700 to $900. Yes, I'm not kidding.
You put your regular prescription in here, which is much less expensive.
Yeah.
So you're looking there, $200 for a pair of glasses with a sunglass clip on. But even better, you're on the water, lighting conditions change, you want a different color lens,
What?
just grab one of the different color lenses and switch
my
it out
gosh.
that quickly. So instead of having to buy a second pair
Yeah.
or third pair of prescription sunglasses, you just get the clips for $40 or $50, and you're just putting them over your prescription already in. So you're saving hundreds of dollars, and
Yeah.
you have a selection of 5 different sunglasses lenses on top of your regular glasses.
You guys are solving a gigantic problem in the visually impaired industry. Can I try those on real
Yeah,
quick?
absolutely.
All right. Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
With the clips. And then you can just pop this off.
Pop that up. So pull it right up,
Wow.
and then here's clip.
Oh.
Here's clip number 2. Just put
There you
a
go.
little hook over the bridge, and the magnets will click it into place.
Swapping. Dude, that's so easy.
It's that easy.
And they got the green lens.
And if
Nobody ever has green lens for prescription.
And if that wasn't good enough, it comes with this hard case, and it has this pouch where you store all the extra lenses. So bring this on the boat with you,
Bro.
and cloud cover comes in.
Yeah.
Grab your lighter lens, switch it right out, go inside, throw your clip in, you're good to go.
Bro,
Okay.
why am I jealous? What the?
You should be. Finally, I get to win at something. Yay. Dude, Dylan, this is awesome. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for showing us this. You guys, Hobie Eyewear.
Yeah,
We've been saying it-
HobieEyewear.com, Duo Collection.
Since 2021, we've been talking about this. Check them out. Awesome, dude. All right, you guys, so we're looking at maneuvering giant kayaks. Pretty neat. So this is Wilder side. This is the Freedom Launcher. And you said just slap this thing and it works?
Yep, just squeeze and then, yep, let it go.
Wow! Okay, so like we've used landing gear in the past. With the Boondocks landing gear, you got to pull it out, you got to switch it down, right? Native has the side kick. You pull it out, you switch it, and then you got to put a pin through it. This, you just do this.
Yes.
That is bonkers. And then like I'm sitting up here, I can just grab it. It's really light too, actually. So
20 pounds, the whole setup is 20 pounds with the framing and the bracket and everything.
okay, so overall, because yeah, you're adding weight with any time you do this. So 20 pounds
Yep.
additional weight to your kayak. But I'm saying too, like with the way this hinges, one of the issues with like your landing gear, pulling it out, switching it up, all that stuff,
You don't have to do
is
that
from this position a pain in the butt. But here, that's really easy just to leverage that. That's neat. That is cool.
They're angled anywhere from 2 to 8 degrees, depending on the angle of your boat.
Yep.
He's got these prefabricated for at least 12 different boats and more to be made as well.
You got to drill into the.
Yeah, does this have to go
Some
through
of
the
them,
hull?
not all of them, depending on the boat. He's got some that will mount to the T-tracks.
Oh,
And he's got
track
that.
mount.
And
Okay.
the big thing is he's taken this and widened the distribution of the torque across these plates and made them wider than anything else on the market, so it gives more even distribution of torque and takes less stress on the mount itself. This
Good.
one has a backer plate underneath.
That's what I was gonna
It'll
ask.
have a nice backer plate underneath
Yeah.
inside. It also has an option for balloon tires. He's got
Sand
with it as
wheels,
well,
nice.
with the
Yep.
extended axle. He's had no recalls, no returns at this point in time.
Okay.
You know, and he stands behind everything. His instructions are incredible. You know, it comes
Easy install.
everybody
Yeah,
else.
the install on these is usually a nightmare. I remember
takes time, but
the first time I did them, it was, the Boondocks landing gear was such a nightmare until I figured it out. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's awesome.
There's some other, and he averages from around 725 to 895, somewhere in that range, depending on boat and what distribution you want. What type?
So less than a trailer, but more than like your cart. Like a
Correct.
Yak Attack bar cart is 229. So not the one you have. You have the stow and go.
The bar cart too.
Yeah, the bar cart is 229. So you're spending up a little bit, but I will say a lot less than a trailer. So it could be a good option. Without my wheels right now with the Titan X, Paul, he'll hit me up for like fishing. He's like, hey, you want to go here? I'm like, I can't. I don't have wheels. Unless you want to carry it for me.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you showing us through
I
this.
appreciate your time. Thank
Yeah,
you so
absolutely,
much.
man.
Good to see you guys.
Really cool
Thanks for
product.
everything you do.
Check it out. Over at the Yak Attack booth, orange is the color, showcasing all this like crazy Yak Attack stuff. Some stuff that already existed, some new things I never knew existed. Let's take a look. So from front to back here, we've got their new rod stager set up here. You can rack up 4 rod tips, turn this sideways, lay them across. That's really cool to see. We got bags. I didn't know this was going to be a thing. So it looks like roll top, waterproof bag there. One that you can see through as well with an air vent on it. Oh my gosh. That's straight up backpack with a roll top, and you can get it as wet as you want. I need this for the river immediately. Got the rod stagers they dropped this year. We've seen those before on different kayaks. You're in a tournament setup that looks like a clutch option for you. Stage up those rods. You can switch between them really quick. Laying out 3 rods there. These are super heavy duty latches. Those rods are not going anywhere. Really cool to see. Personally, for me, I don't know if I would use this just because it's taking up a lot of space in the kayak. But if you land all your fish on the left side of the boat, for example, like this is set up, just don't land your fish over here. You'll be all right. And they work on that universal mount, so instead of having to unscrew it from the track, you just pop that thing off, take the whole thing out, you're good to go. Look at this crossbar. This thing is overbuilt to heck. Oh my gosh.
It's aluminum.
Tracks all around. It's aluminum. It's some sort of metal. It seems aluminum. I could be wrong. It's built to heck. And again, it's going to be something that you can quick release as well. Try doing that with any of the other captain's consoles that you see out there. It's just not going to come off that easy. 4-side mounting options. Really cool to see that. So I could even do 90-degree mounts. I can put my track pack here. You guys haven't seen with the track pack, they do have this elastic version where you can sew your Z-Man packs that you got right there. Close that thing up, get it out of your way. Love that. Cutting board they added to the track pack too. It's awesome. You want to do some cut bait, you're doing some salt fishing, or you just want some ceviche while you're out on the water, you can do that. Love seeing this. There's a much stiffer option that you can have for stability for your sonar setup here. So I like that. Just 2 track mounts on that, and then this quick releases, you can take that off. The more quick releases you have, the easier it is to just take things off. Let's say you're camping, you're staying at a hotel for a tournament, you don't want to leave your Garmin up here. You can take the whole dang thing off just by unplugging it, walk away, you're safe. We saw this prototype last year. I really want this thing to get finished because it has this swing option. I'm gonna be gentle with it because I might break it. It's a prototype. But how cool would this be to have done? Looks like it'll fold up, stow away really easy. I can't wait till they finish this. I want to see it because forward-facing sonar arms are a problem. If you know, you know.
The big problem with these is they have to be able to go 2 directions. So they have to be able to move this way, but then while they're locked in that position, they have to be able to turn over and store inside of your kayak for when you're going inside. So this has the opportunity to do that. I can't wait to see when this actually gets finalized. You can also see it has really small features like the direction here, so I know exactly which way I'm facing. And then it's going to have mounting options. But this is Yak Attack's specialty for doing everything from the new Lowrance down to the Garmin and everything in between. So I really like the way this looks. Simple, clean, and then with the Yak Attack, because it's made of heavy-duty plastic, it's going to last, but then the price point is going to be much more affordable than some of the aluminum steel options that are just considerably more expensive.
I didn't know you could do this, but you can also potentially mount one of these right to the side of the seat so it'll turn with you. And you can see on the other side, they also have a mounting option. You can see on this side too, New Canoe made a solution for this, but Yak Attack also has one, so you can keep your speed control there for your Turquito, your Newport, whatever you're using. It stays with you as the seat swivels. That is so freaking cool. I love just how much kayak fishing, especially for tournament anglers, is changing, where you have all these conveniences now, everything at hand. That's so cool. You guys always make fun of me because I don't catch fish when I go to ICast. I just caught one. Shut up. All right, going back here, we got Yak Attack straps. You can do this because these rod tubes have these little threads on here, so you can take your Torpedo or whatever battery, you can tie it up to your black pack. Love seeing that too. Going back, they got the double black pack and short stack set up on this crazy overbuilt kayak. Really cool to see that. And also you can put balloon wheels on your gosh dang bar cart and you can travel to whatever, the moon, if you want. You guys have seen Paul use the tow and stow. We've done cart comparisons in the past. This is the bar cart. The bar cart is really cool because you can just fold this thing up, but these bars fold out, go back in. You've got a ton of stability. You're holding a good portion of your kayak, so your kayak is safe and good to go, and it's not going to fall off this cart. Good luck with that. And you can do the different wheels. You could even swap these wheels out with the push of a button. So you can have your standard wheels or your balloon wheels, depending on if you're going on sand, dirt, gravel, whatever, you're covered. So really cool. You got the kickstand on this as well, so you can prop this thing up. Comes apart in seconds. You guys have seen this maybe on our kayak cart video that we did. This thing disassembles fast. The one that I got on Amazon did not. You need a wrench and a whole bunch of other things, and time, and an effort. But this is cool, and everything here is cool. I just love Yak Attack. They're always coming out with just ingenious solutions for problems that kayakers have. and making everything more convenient. So definitely check these things out this year.
Y'all, we're here at Benchmade. I think first time coming to ICast. All right, so Amy, walk us through kind of what the lineup is. What's the concept behind the lineup? Because you guys are known in the everyday carry space. You're known in the hunting space for sure, but now we're talking on the water. So walk us through the collection.
Absolutely. So as you said, we're in especially the hunt space, and so where our customers are recreating in the outdoors, harvesting, we realize that we're missing an opportunity to give those customers the tools that they need. So we have a 6-piece collection with the waterline. We address the user from the pocket size mini Adira, so that you start your day, you get your gear on, you put your folding knife in your pocket, and that's the way you start. So mini Adira. Then you go up to the full-size Adira when you need a little bit more of a workhorse knife.
Heavy duty.
Heavy duty, something larger in hand. I have a smaller hand, but that's full size. And so if you are
so light.
Yeah.
How is that light?
So
with the clip. What?
Yeah. So Grivery handle gives you that lightweight yet durable feel.
That's nuts.
It's got an aluminum backspacer for additional strength, so you get that lightweight, but it is super strong. And obviously the key ingredient with all of this is the MagnaCut blade steel.
Legendary.
So MagnaCut was the perfect place to enter into the water space because it is highly corrosion resistant and great edge retention.
One thing that a lot of people forget about is you don't really realize what kind of metal or steel or whatever it is that you're getting on a knife. So you don't know if it's fire hardened. You don't know what kind of edge it's going to hold. They all kind of look the same. You can it's hard to tell the difference unless it's carbon or something. And so knowing that you're getting something that was designed to be on the water and hold an edge is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is really how this line sets itself apart too.
Got it.
So from other, high carbon or other stainless steels, especially in the fillet market, this is unique. Then we move into the smaller fixed blade called the Intersect. So this is, especially for what you guys are doing, for the kayakers, for the river rafters, this is an ideal knife. And so this is a smaller fixed blade that is kind of like your universal multi-purpose. This has a Santoprene handle, so for wet environments, gripping this, it's super grippy. Yep.
Holy smokes.
Super grippy, super strong, and great for water environments. So a lot of the jimping on here is great for getting in really close to your cuts and precise cuts. Then the sheath is really what we put a lot of time into, and so the sheath has a clip on the front. So that you can pocket carry that. You can also mount it to your belt. And then this retention strap is if you tip up carry, it'll give you that extra retention. The paracord lanyard is fast and easy to pull that out. Same clip, you can remove this and put it on the back.
And then this comes out too.
Yep, and then you can mount it onto your backpack strap, your PFD. Yep. So really, we kind of thought about the person on the water, if you're wearing fishing waders or if you're wearing your PFD. This Intersect is like the great knife for that.
And this being removable is a really big deal because I think if you didn't know it was removable, you can slide it right out. But that's
super
huge.
easy to take off.
That's important.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you just want it to come out and you're going to be tipped down, you're great.
And we've seen this with emergency knives where, there's 2 clips to press to pop them out. Like on the NRS Copilot, it's a much shorter knife. It's blunt edge, so it's not really an everyday user. It's just really not. It's meant for being on the raft, and really, I hate to say nowhere else, but it's meant just for that purpose. Both of these are really, really different. So there's a big point of differentiation, but this can do a lot of the same things. Be a quick draw, but at the same time, be mountable to your PFD.
Yeah, exactly. So when you're ready to step up in terms of emergency use, you can go to the larger fixed blade. So this is called the Undercurrent. This is, again, so if you grip this, we really did a lot of work to design the handle grip here. So, if you are doing some hard use tasks, cutting bait, where you really need a firm grip, we really thought about where that sits with your fingertips. Deep choil here so that for push cuts, you're not going to slip into your blade. jimping up top for just that super aggressive hug to that blade. It's a modified sheep's foot, so if there is accidental dropping, it's not going to be as pokey and stabby as some of our other styles.
Pokey and stabby, I know all about that.
Yep, technical terms. Partial serrations here,
that's
so
awesome.
Quick cutting of line.
Certainly rope, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I like this
So-
too. So we do a lot of cut bait at my cottage, and it's never a pretty fish. Anything from gar to freshwater drum, and that'd be the one. That would be the one I would want. You
Yeah.
don't want the smaller is better. In a lot of if you're cutting up a drum, you're gonna want that.
Yeah, and so the great part about this one too is the sheath. You get a really solid click. I love the click. So it's a push button release. So really good high retention. So that is the undercurrent.
I love it.
Yep. Then, of course, we move on to the fillets. So this is where we did a trailing point blade profile, 9-inch fillet here, and then the 7-inch fillet. 7-inch obviously has
That's
that
got the
higher
flex.
your small to medium fish when you need to move around those smaller fillets. Yeah, exactly, perfect. And so, yeah, these two, deeper belly on the 9-inch.
This will be more of your saltwater
Yep.
application. This will be more your freshwater application.
Yep.
So cool.
So they do come with these molded sheaths. So that is the sheath that it comes with. You can mount straps through this for mounting your fillet table or your bucket or your bag. But that is the 7-inch and the 9-inch fillet.
That's awesome. So, are these available now?
They are. They came out in May. So this has been a long time coming, years of design, development, and research.
Yep.
And we're really excited to have these out in the marketplace.
And we can talk about price point real quick. We don't have to
Yeah.
go through everyone, but roughly, what's the range on the
Yeah, so the collection will start at 200 here. Then we go 230, 250, 250. Then for the fillets, 240 and 260.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you guys are not familiar with Benchmade, they have a name for themselves as being the most high quality, whether it's an EDC all the way up to the more custom design for like really specific purpose, really designed to be one of the most highest quality blades that you can get. So that's, you're getting that in Benchmade already built in the like 40 years of, or 20 years plus of like design and experience into something that is now coming to the water. So
Yeah,
super
exactly.
cool to see.
And it's yours for life. So it's life sharp guarantee, especially with the fillets. If you're going to be processing a lot of fish, you can send those in to Benchmade and they will restore a factory edge but I can guarantee you won't need it for a long time.
That's awesome. Amy, thank you so much. This is really cool. I'm super excited to see these, and not gonna lie, I think we might need to get some of this on the water, cut some stuff up for ourselves. It was really
Thank you.
cool.
Yeah, great to have you.
Thank you. All right, we're here at the Bixby booth. So we want to showcase you've already seen it on our channel, but we want to showcase what Bixby has to offer right now. So we've got Human, who is the man. The man at Bixby. Also, not a myth, actual just legend. So we want to showcase the K1 motor for sure. So we want to see some of that. And then we're going to walk you around and show you some of the different ways that you can utilize this super flexible motor. So you want to do a quick lap, showcase the K1 and some of the other batteries?
I'll do a quick run, and I'll tell you a couple of new things that are coming out as well. New 768, but roughly 20% smaller and shorter and lighter. Right, so 20 pounds now as opposed to about 24 and a bit. And of course you get the extra speed with this.
And what he means by extra speed, he's talking about versus that battery right over there. So that's the one that you guys have seen. That is the super light, it's an awesome setup, but you get double the power, double the amount of battery, and then you're actually getting more thrust. So you get a little bit more power out of this one too.
Right.
Does this one float?
And this one does not float. No.
Getting 20 plus pounds.
Put it in the waters.
Yeah.
All right, buckle it down harder. Got
If you
it.
have plans, you can tie this to your legs and do other things. There you go.
The legend.
So,
You said that.
No, all right. So that's the new 768. This is the new K1. It's a slight improvement over the last version of it. So we've been shipping this one for the last few months. If you're very keen, you'll notice this one is about 7 millimeters or so longer than the other one, than the previous version of it. And this has a sort of a diamond coating on the outside, so that anodized aluminum lasts a lot better, and it's much more resilient.
Let's talk about mounting options.
else?
I want to go
Mounting
through
options.
real quick and talk, because this is like, for me, this is where when you got a different design concept. Like the whole concept around Bixby, at least to me and where I see a lot of the value, especially for anglers, is the ability to take the same motor and put the same motor on 5 different things. You can see we've got it here on a skiff hybrid, which actually that's the Isle Flywater 12.6 over there. We're actually going to be in that in maybe like a couple of months, but that is a legit transom mount, like pole steering. But then you could see your options here. You've got Human, walk us through the drop-in, pole steering.
So you got an inflatable paddleboard, the Vibe Uptown 100, and we got 3 different mounts and options on this just one kayak. You've got the new rudder, we got the Versa rudder, and which you've got, yeah. So it pulls up like that, and on this version we have it set up with the pole steering,
but forward and backward. You're not going left and right.
No, you're not doing
this
that's right.
is awesome. This is so cool. Yeah.
Now you can actually on this kayak, and we had this set up yesterday on the water. You can actually have the V-arm steering on here as well. So if you wanted to, you could swap out, and in fact you could actually have both of these at the same time. You could swap out, and you can use the Vibe hand steering to steer that rudder if you wanted to. I prefer this. This is way more stable, but to each his own.
You do you.
Yeah. And then underneath, we do have a motor on the skeg as well, if I'm pointing in the right place. So that's, of course, you can do that on any paddleboard. If you got a skeg, you can put it on the skeg. There's no kick up, obviously, so you got to be more careful. And last but not least, we got the pedal drive adapter on here as well. So quick, and you're motorized in about half a second. So yeah, so just one kayak, we have 3 different options.
And let's not be sleeping on the little boy right here.
Yeah, so we got our little guy, that's right. So 77 watt-hour battery. It'll run that 7-inch Lorans for about 7 to 9 hours.
Casual.
Yeah, and submersible. So this is not just waterproof, it is submersible. So you can go down 30 feet and run your fish finder with the fish if you wanted to.
Watch me. Watch me. Challenge accepted. Well, that's after you tie the battery to your feet.
You gotta tie a 768 to your feet to get down there first.
And we still couldn't find fish.
Brutal.
Oh yeah, solar panel on the smaller battery. It just doesn't make sense on the big battery. Solar panel will charge in good sun about 6 to 8 hours.
But not while you're running.
Not when you're running. No, it's not good for the battery to charge and discharge at the same time, especially if you're discharging at a high rate. It's not the healthiest thing to do to the battery.
But you got to think about it. Like, yeah, if you're a big camper, if you're a big river adventure person, 2 of these batteries is not a big deal at all. They're so small, they're so light. If they fall over, they're floating. Like, you get so much benefit out of that. So you can be charging one, run the other one all day, and then come, after it's charged, come back and swap batteries, which is what we're doing for our camera batteries. So, been there, done that. It's just a really cool adaptation.
Yeah. Back here, we got our power pole. These guys have put in these power pole mounts.
And they actually make a plate here that can actually give you a transom. So you have a lot of mounting options with the Flywater. I really want to get this battery on the Flywater though.
Wait. There's a track mount on this?
Yeah.
What the?
Track mounts on 3 sides.
Oh, say it again, sorry.
So there's track mounts on 3 sides of this. So I got this, and that side as well.
I didn't see that. What the heck?
No, it's an awesome platform because it's 20 pounds, right? So 20 pounds, you can have rod holder,
space anymore.
Cameras, yeah. So this is, yeah. There you go. Yeah.
The legend.
Yeah.
So we are.
That was clever. Yeah.
So we're actually planning on running this setup in a couple of months. We've got this bracket. We've got the K1. So you're looking at what is a super light, super high capacity setup for
fast.
2 people.
Man, this is fast too. We had this on the water yesterday. Huh? It moves. This thing moves.
I would like to move.
Yeah,
yeah, the catamaran design means that there's actually not that much actually inside the water making contact, so your draft is just much lower and you are friggin' ripping. So I would like to rip in this Flywater. Kudos to Bixby. Human, thank you so much for doing the walkthrough. We did have Human on the podcast, so you can get a little more detail if you want on our podcast. And yeah, Bixby, crushing it. Y'all know that we're not going to get out of ICast without seeing the Busby booth from us. This is our guy, this is our jam. Huge fans over here. So I'm not going to show you everything. You guys already know about the colony and every deep thin, regular, every size. They've got them all. And then you guys already know about the quick cubes. You see us using them all the time in our kayaks, and you already know about every freaking size of fast flats that is out there. I want to show you the new products that you probably haven't seen before. That's what's important to us. First up, we've got the Breeze. So available in all of their standard quick cube sizes, you have the Breeze. So this is basically a less expensive, not waterproof at all. There's a mesh here at the back, a mesh here at the front, and what that's really doing for you is saying, I'm just going to keep your stuff organized. It doesn't have to stay waterproof, and then it's all going to dry out. So if you're a swim bait guy, put some hook covers on your swim baits, and now you don't have to worry about them getting rusted and corroded, etc., etc. There's a million different ways to use these, but a really cool concept, a way to bring the price down, still let you stay organized, and still give you that value. And then we also wanted to showcase for you, see if I can get this one out without ruining the whole display, the Basic Series. We showed this on a few videos, a little bit less expensive, but it's got a traditional style. Let me get them open for you. Traditional, but it's got, instead of having the Busby cubes that are in here, you get the traditional style. So the tray format, they've got a really, really high quality separator. And then you see these little knobs in here, right? So if I go and you see holes in the side of these trays, there's little notches on the sides of these, and that really holds them in place. Super secure. You get all the same features that you love from Busby. The waterproof gasket, the super heavy freaking duty, everything from the latches all the way to the bar going all the way across the back, and then they're bringing the retail down for you in that one. So a little more space, little lower price, different format. Love this. All right, y'all, now you saw the Breeze little boxes, but we have the Breeze Swarm too. So this is designed to fit the exact same dimensions of the cubes, just like the regular version, but now you've got the all mesh version right here. It does gotta look like I want to put my face in that. I'm the beekeeper. Where's the job? All right. $80 gets you super durability, but also the ability to put whatever you want, not have to worry about dumping water out, and then you can dry stuff off in there too. And then the creme de la creme, we've got the new bins from Busby here. So we got two different sizes. You got the smaller size here, separators are in between, super heavy duty, tons of latches. Now, why are there so many latches? A couple different reasons, but I think the main one is to make sure that no matter what happens, this thing is staying watertight. It's got a thick gasket going all the way along the top. These are stackable, so they nest into each other just like the boxes do. But yeah, you get a ton of these, and the nice thing about these is, let's say you want to open up, you don't have to undo all the latches. You get, God, they're heavy duty. You get 4 of these, and check this out. The top just flips up like that, so it acts like a hinge. I absolutely love that design feature, really cool. These are meant to fit the boxes that they make, so this will fit the larger boxes and the smaller boxes, which I think is really cool. Then you can go upsize if you really need something a little bigger. We've been using this to store sensitive electronics when transportation from place to place, but also baits and everything in between. We've been beating the crap out of them too. There's a model over here that I think is over here in the corner. We should go look at it. Caleb actually was dropping this out the back of his truck 26 some times, and this thing has held up for the whole entire thing. You got the road rash here on the side and on the bottom. Absolutely going to town on that thing. Still holding up. You're looking at a box that's going to last you a lifetime. Do everything from take the kids camping all the way out to doing your big fishing trips. So some really cool launches from Busby, and you know we're not going to get away without stealing some hats. So Caleb, in advance, thank you and sorry.
We're here with Gomexis. I got Ellis here. Ellis, talk to us about some of the cool stuff you guys are doing this year.
So we have a bunch of new products, a huge new lineup for hopefully to benefit our consumers. We have a pair of nippers here that are going to be really, really helpful when cutting braided fishing line and monofilament. They're made of aluminum, really well built. They retail for just under $50. They can cut through braided line up to over 100 pounds and down to 4 pounds. So
down
they're
to
gonna
4 is crucial.
Yeah.
We do BFS fishing a lot, so and like ultralight, and that like narrow diameter line can be such a pain. So yeah, check this out.
Yep,
just
they're
do
really cool.
do the demo. Bam. Now Maggie, you were telling us earlier, like how many cuts do you test these with? Like, did you put this to the test with?
20,000 times.
20,000 cuts. So one of the biggest issues we have with like nippers and other things is they seem to just dull out within a year, within a season. It's the worst. So if I don't have to like rebuy, that would be great. A couple other cool features that we saw here.
So you know how when you get a new thing, a jig head, sometimes the paint covers up the little ring on it, and it's really irritating because you can't get your line through. We found a solution. You must have seen in the old Rapalas, we added this onto it. So you can just poke it right through the jig head, clears up all that paint and whatnot, and will help you get your line through. We also have a lock on here, so it's not all the time open. You can just push that down, slide it, and it locks down.
Kayak anglers, that's one-hander right there. Boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you got your zinger on here, zinger included. Yeah, sweet. So I'll just put this right here, and then I'll run away. But there we go. So that is pretty neat as a standard feature.
Just leave it there.
That's what I do.
Pretty cool.
All right, and then we did want to check out the pliers you had here. You got tons of really fancy ones. They look great, like $150, $180. We're cheap people, so we kind of like as much quality, or we like to call value, where like your price meets what you're actually like getting, your bang for your buck, right? So these are the exoskeleton. This is what, 70 bucks? Oh,
$60.
60 bucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So talk to me about this.
So this is basically what we've done with this the Plier X. We just kind of gutted it, made it a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter. This is really good for freshwater anglers. Has the little split ring.
Love the split ring option.
Yeah, love the split ring.
Huge.
Yep.
Two in one right there. It's great.
It's really big feature we got on there. I hate split rings, but
no, that's really good.
Me too, when I don't have split ring pliers.
There you go.
Yeah, in hand, very comfortable, pretty ergonomic there, grippy as well, and yeah, definitely light. So, I mean, rather than like right now, we got our split ring pliers, and then you got like regular pliers, and then you got nippers. So, I mean, could we just go kind of all in one?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty solid. Replaceable cutters there as well, so that's neat. I like it, man. That's a really solid set of pliers. Oh yeah. And also, surprisingly, Gomexis, who we originally only knew you guys for your reel replacement parts, you make a bait. So let's look at that.
This is the 240 version, and we also have the 210 version. It's a single jointed glide. It has what we call the X stretch feature. You press this little button right here, pull it, and that stretches across. So that'll give it a really nice chop action. It'll get really slow moving. If you wanted to chop it really quickly, you can do that as well. This, if you want to have it like that, it's very kind of meandering through the water column. It's full aluminum body. The entire bait's aluminum. It's very, very durable. So
yeah, you think?
Yeah, very.
Wait, this one has a lip?
Yep. So it does have a lip for it that goes in like so.
Oh, so you can just take it. What?
Yeah.
I love fishing it. I've done a lot of the testing for this bait. I love fishing it with the lip out, and it definitely works better as a glide, but it also works really, really well.
Oh.
It feels insanely light. What is the weight on this?
So that one is just under 2 ounces, and this one is 4.3 ounces. So it's a little bit heavier. Not too bad.
No.
Can you add weight to this? What's the hole in the top for?
So that's for the elastic for this bait. But there's a part right here this is like it's a hard bait to get out, but that you can slide this out and put little weights in it. We have weights to fit it, and so you can adjust the depth of this bait or how fast it sinks, the sink rate.
So this is 14 swim baits in one, is what you're telling me.
Basically, yes. Yeah.
Wow. That is really cool. So 130 bucks either model? 210, 240?
Yes. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep.
Really cool. Great looking bait. Lots of cool stuff you guys are doing this year.
Oh, yeah.
Nice work, man. Thanks for showing us all that.
Of course.
All right.
So that is the end for the kayak accessories. We ran a huge gamut, everything from like pliers and batteries all the way up to everything from Yak Attack that obviously was orange. Ton of cool stuff this year. I'm so excited to get some of the stuff on the water. Thanks for following along. If you're curious about anything, if you got an opinion, I don't know what your favorite one was, but tell us down in the comments below. Otherwise, catch us on the next video. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.